fantastic day. So today guys, I am going to be recommending you some of my favorite Christmas/winter books to read. Guys, I don't know why, and I know it says about my fall videos, but I feel like it's even more for winter. The best time to read is in the winter. You know, you have a candle burning, the snow is falling, maybe you have on some like Christmas jazz music playing in the background. Like, I don't know why, but I just love reading in the Christmassy, wintry type time. Anyway, so let's get started. So I'm gonna first start off with like the really Christmassy books. Like the books are like, these scream Christmas. Then we'll move into the wintry books. So then we have two of the Christmassy books. Anyway, so the first book is In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. Guys, this book I highly recommend. So I am not really like the contemporary, cheesy, Christmassy type reader. It's just not me. Personally, I just don't want to read something I kind of know how it's gonna end. And please do not think that as I'm dissing on any of it. I am not. Just personally for me, that's just not what I like to read. But I do like to read a holiday book during the Christmas time. And you know, you give or take. Some are really good, some are really bad. This was actually one of the better ones. It was really good. It kept me interested, kept me engaged. It's kind of like Groundhog Day a little. Basically, there's this girl, she wants to change her life, and she starts just reliving the day over and over and over until she gets it right. And it's just a fun book. Highly recommend it. My next one. So this is a book I read last year, guys, and I loved it. I loved the vibe. It was cute. It was good to read. Obviously, yes, it was predictable at the end, but it was still just a fun book to read. And that is The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. Again, I highly recommend this book. It's basically about these two sets of twins. One lives in LA and one lives in like a northern town in California. One's a baker and one has a baking show, and basically they decide to swap lives for the holidays. And guys, it's a fun book to read. Like I said, you know what's probably gonna happen in this book just based off of all the other holiday books and movies out there. But it's just a fun book. It's an easy read, guys. I just recommend this book. It is probably one of my favorites. I read it last year and it probably was one of my favorites of last year. Okay, and now this isn't necessarily Christmas, but it is New Year's. And once Christmas is celebrated, like we're really in full on New Year's mode. And that is This Time Next Year. Again, it's just one of my favorite books. There's like these two characters and they're both born on the same day, but like one just seems to have all the luck, one seems to have no luck, and it's a fun book. Like they just keep running into each other. Again, highly recommend it. I don't want to give too much away because it's one of those books like if you start saying too much, you're just gonna give it away. So, okay, well I do have one that's kind of Christmassy, a little, because Christmas is mentioned in it, and that is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or really any first three Harry Potter books. You're good. Harry Potter's one of those books like you can read in the fall, but you can also read it at Christmas/winter time. I've read them both in like the fall and the winter, and I think I personally like reading them in the winter more. I don't know, it's just a vibe. I like reading in the winter more. So yeah, Harry Potter. I don't really think I need to explain this one either. Okay, so now kind of getting on to the wintry books. So these aren't really Christmas books, but for some reason they give me a winter vibe. Some of them are just like straight up take place in winter. Some of them, like I said, just there's a vibe there. First one, Let It Snow by John Gray, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren March. But basically, this one was a fun book because there's three different stories, but yet they all kind of come together at the end. Like, it's all these characters are snowed in at a Waffle House, and it kind of like these three stories kind of take place of, it's kind of like them reminiscing, like, okay, how did they get to here? So it's such a fun book. So guys, it's just a fun book to read. Definitely recommend it. I read this actually back in high school, so I'm definitely due for a reread. Okay, next, again, very wintry, very holiday-ish wise, and that is The Chronicles of Narnia. I love watching the movies during the Christmas winter time. Books, same way. Like, the books are such a vibe, especially The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I know these are like all the books, but more specifically Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe. Like, guys, it's Christmassy. It takes place in winter. If you want a good like fireside book, read this. Then next I have Outlander. Guys, yes, maybe it's just the cover. Like, I have the blue cover, but I don't know, the red cover gives me all the vibes. But yeah, basically we have this woman, her name is Claire, and she time travels and just, you know, the Outlander stories. Okay, next, like I said, definitely not a Christmassy book, but very like vibe-like wise, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Some of these, like I said, I'm not really explaining too much because you probably have already heard of them, you know what they're about. There's not too much explaining to do, but basically Pride and Prejudice, like, you know, you have the love story, just the Victorian era, just like, it's all very, just, I don't know, very Christmas classy to me, I should say. And then my other one, guys, and this is one of my favorite books. I actually read this in February of like 3 years ago, but still I love it. And that is The Clockmaker's Daughter by Kate Morton. Guys, if you've never read a Kate Morton book before, you need to go do it. This one and The Forgotten Garden are probably like my favorite of her books. So let me tell you a little how she writes her books. That is just, it's just genius. I'm fangirling here a little, y'all. So basically, this book is structured a little different. So her books always take place in the present and then the past. So we have the present and then we have multiple points in the past. And this story actually revolves around this one cottage. And the present day perspective is just like this woman, she's like a news article writer. But basically she's trying to write a piece about it. And so she goes to this cottage. And so, you know, she's just learning stuff by the way. So that's kind of like the present day. But then we get like 4 different people from the past. And they're all from different time periods, like 1800s, World War II, the 60s. Kind of like their lives in this cottage. What was going on while they were at this cottage. And there's also this mystery. So there's this painter. It's more revolves around this painter who's once belonged to this cottage. And basically something happens the summer. This painter is here with a bunch of friends that basically alters the course of history and everything. Guys, like I said, I know it sounds confused how I'm telling you, but it's just one of those books you just gotta go read it because it is amazing. And it's kind of one of those cool things too where you as a reader find out like the answer and what happened in the past, but the narrator of the present day never figures it out. And it's just, it is amazing. It's mind-blowing, guys. Go read it. Anyways, guys, that was my holiday book slash Christmas slash wintry books I recommend for this year. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye!